Confidence is not loud. It does not shout or demand attention. True confidence is calm, quiet, and unshakable. It is the kind that stands firm when everything else falls apart. It comes from deep, within, built over time through discipline, courage, and clarity. In the world of Stoicism, confidence is not a show. It's a lifestyle, a state of mind. It is the power to act despite fear and doubt. It is time to become so confident that doubt itself trembles in your presence. Lesson 1. Believe in yourself fiercely. Confidence begins with belief. Not just any belief, but a fierce and unwavering trust in yourself. If you don't believe in your own worth, the world will mirror your doubt back at you. Stoicism teaches us to understand ourselves deeply. The philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free unless he is master of himself." Belief in yourself starts with mastery over your own thoughts and emotions. Every day, remind yourself that you are capable, not because you're perfect, but because you are willing to grow. Confidence is not the absence of flaws. It is the willingness to show up despite them. Fierce belief is not about arrogance. It's not about pretending to be more than you are. It's about knowing that you are enough as you are and still willing to improve. Believing in yourself also means standing tall when others doubt you. It means holding your ground when your voice shakes. The Stoics taught us not to seek approval from others. They knew that real power comes from within. When you trust yourself, you stop looking outward for validation. You stop comparing. You stop apologizing for your existence. To believe in yourself fiercely. Practice self-honesty. Know your values. Stick to them. Keep promises to yourself, even the small ones. This builds integrity, and with integrity comes confidence, because you begin to trust your own word. And when you trust your word, doubt has no place to stand. So wake up every morning and look yourself in the eye. Say, "I've got me." No matter what comes your way, stand with yourself first. That is where unshakable confidence begins. Lesson 2. Embrace your strengths. We often spend too much time focusing on what we lack. We measure ourselves against others and see our gaps. But Stoicism teaches us to know ourselves, not to compete with others, but to live in alignment with our nature. Embracing your strengths means recognizing what you're good at and leaning into it with courage. You may not be the fastest, the smartest, or the most popular, but you have unique strengths, talents, traits, life experiences. Use them. Stop ignoring what makes you strong just because someone else shines differently. Confidence grows when you accept what is already working for you and you amplify it. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This means act. Show your strength by living it. Don't wait for permission to use your gifts. Don't wait for someone to notice you. Notice yourself. First, when you embrace your strengths, you stop living in fear of failure. Because you are not trying to be someone else, you are just being more of who you are. That's when confidence feels natural. You're not pretending. You're not forcing. You're expressing your truth. Think about a time you succeeded, a time you made someone smile, a moment when you felt proud. Those are clues to your strength. Keep track of them. Use them as a mirror, not to inflate your ego, but to remind yourself you are capable. You bring value. Your strengths don't need to be loud or flashy. Maybe you're a great listener. Maybe you solve problems quietly. Maybe you bring peace to chaos. Whatever it is, honor it, embrace it. Let your strengths guide you, not your doubts. Confidence is not about being perfect in everything. It's about being powerful in what matters most to you. Find those few things. Focus, grow, and your self-belief will grow with them. Lesson 3. Silence inner critics. Every person has a voice inside that whispers, "You're not enough." That voice can be cruel, loud, and persistent. But Stoicism teaches us that we are not our thoughts. We are the observer of those thoughts, and we can choose which ones to listen to. Silencing your inner critic is not about ignoring reality. It's about taking control. That voice in your head, it's not always telling the truth. Doubt and fear often dress themselves up as logic, but they are just old stories, habits of the mind. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your inner critic is just one reaction. You don't have to follow it. Confidence begins when you question that inner voice. When you say, maybe I can't do it yet, but I'm learning. That shift is powerful. Silencing the inner critic also means speaking kindly to yourself. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself? Probably not. So why do it? Practice being your own ally. When that critical voice shows up, respond with facts. Respond with evidence of your efforts, not emotion. You can train your mind to be your friend. It takes time, but it's possible through journaling, through meditation, through moments of stillness. The Stoics often reflected on their days. They questioned their actions, but not with shame. With wisdom, they aimed to grow, not to tear themselves down. Next time your inner critic says, "You'll fail," respond with, "I'll try anyway." When it says, "You're not good enough," respond, "I'm getting better." Train your mind like a muscle. Build mental strength. That's how you win the fight with doubt. You don't need to be flawless. You just need to be in control of your thoughts. That's the Stoic way. Not to avoid challenges, but to meet them without letting your own mind become the enemy. Lesson 4. Focus on your wins in a world that constantly highlights what's missing. The Stoic mind learns to focus on what's working. If you want to build confidence, focus on your wins no matter how small. This mindset shift changes everything. Every win matters. Waking up early, speaking up in a meeting, pushing through a hard day. These are not minor things. They are proof of your effort. Stoicism teaches us to be grounded in what we can control. And what we can control are our actions. Seneca once wrote, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." That preparation includes noticing your own progress, because when you recognize your wins, you feed your confidence. You remind yourself that you're not standing still, you're growing. Make it a habit to reflect on your day. What did you do right? What did you handle better than yesterday? Write it down. Celebrate it, not with pride, but with clarity. This is not about ego. It's about energy. Confidence is built from the inside. Your wins are the fuel. When you only focus on your flaws, your confidence weakens. You begin to believe the story that you're not doing enough. That's why tracking your wins is not optional, it's essential. It balances the scale in your mind. Even during hard times, there are wins. Holding back anger when you're frustrated. Showing up when you wanted to quit. These are victories. The Stoics didn't seek comfort. They sought excellence. And excellence comes from consistent effort. So each day, ask, what did I do well today? Focus on that. Let it strengthen your spirit. You don't have to wait for a big achievement. Confidence is built in small, daily steps. Keep walking, keep noticing, and soon, your wins will speak louder than your doubts. Lesson 5. Learn from mistakes. Don't dwell. Everyone makes mistakes. The confident person accepts this truth. The Stoic person embraces it. They do not hide from failure. They learn. Then, they let go. Dwelling on mistakes drains energy. It creates shame. And shame blocks growth. The Stoics understood that errors are part of life. What matters is what you do next. Not what went wrong, but what you make right. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it's endurable, then endure it." Stop complaining. This includes your own failures. You don't have to carry them forever. Learn. Reflect. Improve. Then move forward. That is real strength. When you make a mistake, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Not why am I like this? That shift in question changes the outcome. It puts you in the driver's seat. Confidence grows when you stop fearing mistakes. Because you know they don't define you, they refine you. Also, forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is not weakness. It is wisdom. The Stoic path is not about being perfect. It is about becoming wiser. Every mistake holds a lesson. Find it, use it. Don't relive the moment again and again. That's not useful. That's torture. Think of your mistakes as teachers. Harsh teachers, yes, but necessary. Without them, you'd never grow. Confidence doesn't come from never falling. It comes from standing up again and again stronger. Each time. So next time you mess up, don't hide. Face it, own it, then release it. This process builds resilience. And resilient people are confident people because they know they can handle anything, even their own imperfections. Lesson 6. Prepare thoroughly. Preparation builds confidence. When you prepare, you reduce fear. You replace doubt with readiness. The Stoics were masters of preparation. They believe in practicing for life, not just waiting for it to happen. Before a speech, a challenge, or a hard decision, prepare. Don't leave it to chance. Don't hope things work out. Train, rehearse, reflect. The more prepared you are, the less room doubt has to grow. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. That means having a clear vision, then preparing yourself to meet it. When you prepare, you show yourself that you care about the outcome. That builds self-respect, and with it, confidence. Preparation also gives you control, not over everything, but over yourself. You can't control results, but you can control effort. That's what the Stoics focused on. Do your part, then let go. Confidence is not about knowing everything. It's about knowing enough to start, enough to move forward, enough to act. When you're prepared, you stop overthinking. You trust your process, so take time before every important moment. Study, practice, reflect. Prepare your mind, like a soldier prepares for battle. Then walking calmly, because you've already done the hard work. Behind the scenes, let preparation be your weapon, your secret power, the silent force behind your confidence. When doubt knocks, preparation answers. Lesson 7. Take decisive action. Confidence grows stronger every time you act with intention. Doubt feeds on hesitation. When you delay, overthink, or second guess, you give fear a seat at the table. Stoicism teaches us to take decisive action, not reckless, not impulsive, but clear, firm, and based on reason. Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. BE1. Action matters. Thinking is important, but action creates change. Without it, knowledge is wasted, strength is wasted, potential is wasted. Decisive action doesn't mean you always know the perfect step. It means you trust yourself enough to take the next one, even if it's small, even if it's uncertain. When you act, you learn, you gain clarity, you move forward, and confidence follows. Many people wait for the right time, but the Stoics knew there's no perfect moment, only now. The present moment is all we have, and it is powerful. When you choose to act instead of wait, you break free from fear. You show yourself what you're capable of. Sometimes, the action is big: a new job, a bold conversation, a new path. Sometimes, it's quiet, saying no, setting a boundary, taking a break. But it all counts. What matters is that you're moving forward, not stuck in indecision. Decisiveness also builds trust. When you act consistently, people rely on you. More importantly, you begin to rely on yourself. You develop inner authority. You stop needing others to validate your choices. You stop asking for constant opinions. You know who you are, and you act from that place. Take responsibility for your choices. That's where power lies. If you succeed, own it. If you fail, learn from it. But don't freeze in fear. Movement creates momentum, and momentum builds unstoppable confidence. So act. Even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, take one brave step and let the rest follow. Decisive action silences doubt more than any amount of thinking ever could. Lesson 8. Radiate positive energy. Confidence is not only how you see yourself, it's also what others feel from you. When you radiate positive energy, you uplift everyone around you, including yourself. Stoicism teaches us that our attitude is within our control, and a positive attitude is a powerful tool. People often think Stoicism is about being cold or emotionless, but that's not true. It's about discipline, about not being ruled by negative emotions, and in that control, there's room for joy, peace, and hope. Positive energy comes from a calm mind. Seneca wrote, "A good character, when established, is not easily overthrown." That character includes your energy, your presence, the way you show up for life. Are you bringing light or shadows? Are you lifting or weighing others down? When you radiate positivity, you attract strength. You see possibility instead of limitation. You find solutions instead of excuses. This doesn't mean you ignore pain. It means you choose how to respond to it, with faith, with strength, with a steady heart. Smile, speak kindly, encourage others. These things are not small. They create a ripple effect, and they remind you of your own power. You are not helpless. You are not broken. You can create beauty around you by how you speak, how you act, and how you think. When you bring positive energy, people notice. More importantly, you notice. Your body changes, your posture lifts, your thoughts become clearer. You begin to believe in yourself because you're already living in a state that aligns with your best self. Confidence is magnetic, but not because it demands attention, because it feels good to be around. Be the person who brings warmth into a room, who believes in the good, who finds peace in chaos. That's real strength. That's Stoic positivity. Radiate it daily, through your work, your words, your silence, your presence. Let your energy say, "I've got this," and doubt won't even try to argue. Lesson 9. Inspire others with your conviction. Confidence is not selfish. When you live with conviction, you inspire others to rise. That's the power of Stoicism. It teaches us that we are all part of a greater whole. When you become strong, you help others become strong. When you lead yourself well, others follow. People are always watching. Friends, family, strangers. Your actions speak. Your attitude speaks. Your discipline speaks. And when they see you acting with certainty, they feel more certain too. That's influence, not control but inspiration. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." You don't need to preach confidence. You need to live it. And people will notice. They'll feel your groundedness, your clarity, your courage. Living with conviction means standing by your values even when it's hard. It means choosing the right thing, not the easy thing. It means being unshakable in your truth, not for applause, but for peace of mind. When others see you overcome fear, they feel hope. When they see you speak kindly to yourself, they learn how to do it too. When you lead with love, discipline, and strength, you give people permission to do the same. That's how leaders are born. Confidence is contagious, and conviction is the deepest form of confidence. It's not a surface feeling, it's a deep knowing, a trust in who you are, a refusal to betray your soul for temporary comfort. That kind of energy changes lives. So inspire through example, not perfection, but perseverance, not by being the loudest but by being the most consistent. When others watch you stand tall after falling, they believe they can too. That is a gift. Be someone others can look to when they feel lost. Not by fixing their problems, but by showing what's possible when you fix your own. That's how confidence multiplies. That's how you become a light. Lesson 10. Let confidence be your shield. Life is not always kind. People will doubt you, criticize you, betray you. Circumstances will shift, loss will visit, uncertainty will knock. But confidence, true, Stoic confidence, can be your shield. Not to protect you from life, but to help you face it with grace. A shield doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It means you won't be destroyed by it. Confidence allows you to keep your head high when things go wrong. It reminds you of who you are, even when the world forgets. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, betrayal, disease, and loss. Yet his writings are full of strength and stillness. Why? Because he had trained his mind. He carried confidence not as ego but as armor. Armor built from truth, from discipline, from acceptance. Let your confidence shield you from negativity. When someone mocks you, your shield says, "Their words don't define me." When fear whispers, your shield says, "I've faced worse and survived." When doubt tries to creep in, your shield says, "I know who I am." Confidence doesn't eliminate hardship. It helps you walk through it with power. It helps you remain kind in chaos, calm in storms, brave in darkness. And that kind of strength can't be taken away because it is not given by the world. It's built from within. Build your shield every day, with routines, with reflection, with self-respect, with wisdom. The stronger your shield, the less you will fear the future. Not because it will be easy, but because you will be ready. And when others see you carry that shield, not with arrogance, but with peace, they will remember you, not for how loud you were, but for how steady you were. Let your confidence be silent. Let it be strong. Let it be so powerful that when doubt sees you coming, it backs away. Not because it disappeared, but because it knows it no longer has power over you. Confidence is not a gift. It's a choice, a path, a practice. Every day, you get to choose whether to feed fear or to fuel belief. Stoicism gives you the tools. The rest is up to you. Believe in yourself fiercely, embrace your strengths, silence your inner critic, focus on your wins. Learn from your mistakes, prepare thoroughly, take decisive action, radiate positive energy, inspire others with your conviction, and let confidence be your shield. Do this daily, quietly, boldly, unapologetically, and soon, you'll be so confident that doubt itself will tremble when you walk by.